Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Aaron Knightley. Today's video is going to be on how to make money online. 6 ways that I believe you can achieve an income, a side hustle without huge amounts of experience. So let's get into it. I'm excited for this one. Stick around because these are ways that I've done personally myself and continue to do today. Okay, so we're going to dive straight into this. I don't want to make this video too long. I want to keep it informative, factual, and I want to make it achievable for everyone. These 6 ways that I'm going to share with you. I want you to go away thinking one of these 6 ways could potentially be a new interest for me to go and earn a side income. A side hustle is the popular word that everyone uses now, is the side hustle alongside the full-time job, which I think is brilliant. Such a good model, and especially if you can grow that side hustle. So we're going to dive into it. I will be taking you over to the famous whiteboard. We're going to have a look at 6 ways that I've been involved in, I've earned an income from, and today some of these ways I still earn an income from online. And when I say online, I mean something that you can do from your bedroom, your lounge, from your house, or wherever it is you may be, but you can start this up and start generating an income. Really, I think all that this comes down to is you're willing to commit to starting something new, generate an income from, and stick with it, work hard, and you never know, the side hustle may overtake the full-time job. Just before we crack on and go visit that famous whiteboard, I'd really appreciate if you give a big thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, and leave me a comment, and I'll be sure to get back to you. So let's dive into it. Let's just keep it really factual. Let me get it out there, what I want to say, and let's dive over to the board. So behind me, I have 6 ways on the whiteboard here of how you can go about generating an income using any one of these. I've used the majority of these, but yet to earn an income from one. The others I'm going to explain and give some context about how I've earned an income from it, still earning an income, and ultimately how you can, with minimal knowledge, minimal capital to actually start, and minimal experience. That's the whole point of this. There are so many videos. However, some of them you might need marketing experience, capital, whatever it might be. But I believe the 6 ways here, you need minimal of everything, just are willing to actually go out and do it. So let me give some context. Let's look at the ways and get straight on into it. Number 1, eBay. Okay, we all know what eBay is, right? I'm sure I'd be surprised if someone didn't know what eBay was. It's an online auction. You can buy and you sell. Very simple. So quite some time ago, many years ago, I had an online eBay shop where I sold, don't ask me how on earth I chose this product. I can't remember. All I know is that it was selling well. So I jumped on the bandwagon and I started selling these products. I sold toddler, junior, and baby clothing, but it was the branded stuff. It had a great resale value, but I could buy it really cheap. I ended up getting some really good sources who were purchasing clothing really cheap. I was buying it very cheap, but I was selling it at quite a good profit, sometimes more than 50%. So how did I find that? Well, all I did was I was looking for everything that was selling, but had a really big margin, and I just came across clothing where I would go to Gumtree, car boot sales. Obviously I found a few people that were picking up the clothing for me where I could buy it very cheap, and then I was selling it on eBay for quite a good profit, and I was earning quite a good weekly income where I generated quite a bit of capital to go on and do other things. So eBay, I believe you just need to be looking for the right product, what's got a good profit margin. You can do this all from the comfort of your own home, your room. You can set up shelving as all your storage, which is what I done. The only bugbear, if you're a one-man band and you're doing it alone, is the packaging, the taking it to the post office. It really grinded on me, and finding that balance of, when I started to make money early on in eBay, what I should have done from the beginning is I should have Excel'd, spreadsheet everything that I was doing. So my buying, my margin, my resale, my packaging. I didn't do that to begin with, but I soon cottoned on that I needed to do that, and eventually I could kind of get a real good structure to my actual business that I was running on eBay. So I done that for a maximum about a year and a half, earned a good profit. It was just that I didn't want to scale it. I was looking into different other areas. It was just quite a lot to take on. So if you are going to go down that route, be prepared to perhaps scale. It really depends, I suppose, how much you want to earn. I was earning quite a good income, but I had the vision to scale, but I didn't really want to take on anyone else. I wanted to do it all myself, and it got too much. I went into other areas, I was given other opportunities, and my vision went elsewhere. But eBay is a great way to start. Minimal capital, look for products that are selling, and boom, you can start an eBay shop. Really simple, by the way. The second way that I've earned an income is Gumtree. By the way, you can pick up loads of stuff on Gumtree to then sell on your eBay store. But Gumtree, I think, is really overlooked. You know, if you were to open up YouTube and you see all these adverts, you know, you've got drop shipping, you can do this, you can do that, you can do all these kinds of things, but we're overlooking really obvious things. You know, how many people go to a car boot? Yes, I know it takes time. Yes, I know you've actually got to go there and look and everything like that. It's not your only avenue, a car boot. Gumtree and Spock, I haven't put it up on here, but Gumtree is really overlooked. You can find, you know, vintage furniture, you know, an old Chesterfield, you know, cars, you know, I don't know if you like buying and selling cars, but Gumtree pretty much has everything that you could go and buy, upsell for a profit. It's insane how it's really overlooked. And what I used to do on Gumtree, and it is time consuming, the method that I used, but I would go and buy vintage furniture, whether that be tables, chairs, chest of drawers and wardrobes, and really just within the whole furniture. And what I used to do is I used to buy them really low, you know, people were moving or they were getting rid of it, whatever it may be. Get home, electric sander, bring it back down to the bare wood, you know, paint it like a duck egg blue, whatever it is, or keep it neutral or even sanded. Some people used to like it like that, and then sell it for a profit. You know, one example I picked up, it was like a 7-spoke vintage chair, 2 of them, something like £8 each. And then I sold them as a pair for £45. You know, the paint I already had, the sanding took me all of like an hour and a half tops to get it really nice. And then you go and sell it for a profit. These were things I used to do back in the day. You know, I used to do it quite a lot. I'd like to pick up 2-3 bits of furniture a week. And then at the weekend, I'd try and bash out all 3 bits ready to sell it the following week. Because if you drag it out too long, it's eating into your time and profit margins. So don't overlook Gumtree. There are bargains on there. The only thing you need to decide is, what do you want to buy? What do you want to upcycle or perhaps flip? You know, a lot of people buy cars. I'm not really into the whole buying and selling cars, but I know a lot of people do that through Gumtree. Furniture, I think, is a really good way just to upcycle, sell quickly. And again, just take your time to look through Gumtree, what's selling, what's not. Amazon marketing. So what is that? Well, if you were to look up on Google Amazon affiliate marketing, you can basically set up an online store where you put the products that you buy or that you like, put them into an Amazon store, you connect it with your social media. I have got one, I've just got to make some slight adjustments, so mine isn't live at the moment, it has been live. So anything that you recommend or suggest or that you've purchased yourself, you can link it to your social media, your website, whatever it might be. And every time someone goes on to buy that, and that's how a lot of YouTubers work. If they promote a product or they recommend a product, they always say, we'll leave it in the description below. As soon as you go on to click that, they will get a commission for everything that you buy whilst you're still on that link. So if you close that link, they won't get the commission. But if you go down and you click on that link and they go and buy a product, they will get a small portion of that purchase price that you've gone on to, you know, whatever you've bought. So that's what Amazon affiliate marketing is. It's free to set up, it's really easy. Like I say, mine's going to be live again shortly. You can put book recommendations on there, and that's just another way, it's another passive income that you haven't got to do a huge amount, just the odd post or YouTube video like this or whatever it might be, and someone goes on to click and you get a whole performance review, seeing where the clicks have come from, how many clicks you've had, how many purchases, and then your earning data. So that's a really simple, really easy way. Anyone can start it. It actually baffles me that everyone hasn't got one because it's so easy. So go check that out. Number 4, do you have a special skill? Are you a freelancer? What is it that you have that makes you different from someone else that perhaps you could offer as a service on People Per Hour, which is the UK version, or Fiverr.com, where essentially you can offer pretty much any service and start bidding for work. It's relatively easy to set up. I know someone personally who does it. I don't do it myself, but what I did used to do, which is very similar to this, I haven't actually used people per hour myself. I've done it more of an independent basis, just privately, where I would appraise projects and I would charge a fee. So people per hour, you can kind of offer any service. There's no kind of cap on what you can offer. So again, if you're a consultant, a freelancer, a writer, a blogger, whatever it might be, and you can offer that service, you can then charge for that work that you're doing. And if you can get 2-3 clients a week, you can do it from the comfort of your own home, boom, you've just generated another income for yourself. I used to do it kind of privately where, like I say, I would appraise a whole project, put it into a big presentation. I'd send it back to the individual who asked me to put together this whole presentation, and then they could send it off to their investors or whoever they were sending it off to. So people per hour, go check it out. It's a really simple way. eBooks is definitely going to be one of my favorite ways to earn money online. A passive income that once you've created it, it will just generate an income, and actually it will pick up over time. So why is that? So as many of you know, I wrote my first ebook this year, earlier in July, and it was called How and Where to Find High Net Worth Investors. What I will say, firstly, before you write an ebook or consider writing one, make sure that you're going to offer value. There has to be some form of value, something you're giving back to the audience who are reading it in order for them to go and purchase a copy so they can take something away and hopefully go and earn an income from what they've learned from you. Or perhaps they just need to know something, but it has to be informative, it has to be factual, and there has to be something that they can take away from it as the audience. I am going to be writing my second ebook next year, which again will hopefully match up nicely with the one that's already out there, and again they'll bounce off of each other and generate another passive income for me. That's the money side of it, that's the truth. However, I do enjoy writing them, and it does offer people value, so that's the brilliant part of it. What I am surprised about, getting into the money side of it, is for the last 3.5 months it's actually generated me quite a good income monthly, which I was actually quite surprised about that it would be as much as it is. But what you need to remember with Amazon, who I published on, you, depending on your price range, you get a very, what I believe is a fair royalty share, and they market you globally. So not only do you get caught up within their algorithm, which is brilliant, the more copies that are purchased on launch, and the more you can promote it and push it and sell it out there, the more the algorithm will go, hang on a minute, this book is selling, we're making money, they're making money, we're going to push it even more now that it's getting sales. You'll also go into the recommendation part of the algorithm. So using keywords, if you go on to sell enough, then when someone else buys a similar book, they will recommend yours and push your book to the front of the algorithm. So ebooks will definitely be one of my favorite ways. If you do have something niche, informative, factual, you think people will benefit from it, do consider an ebook. It is a brilliant income, and the best thing is the more you sell, it's going to be a lifetime income, because Amazon will just keep pushing and pushing and pushing it. So, and the more that you sell, the more people will look at your book and think, wow, this is sold, great reviews, I'm going to buy it. So that's the truth behind the income of an ebook. Finally, not a way that I've earned an income yet. I do know people, and we know people within our group who are earning an income off of YouTube, but obviously many other millions of people are earning off of YouTube who have done extremely well. So YouTube is widely known that you can earn a very good income if you generate a big following, you put out free content consistently, and ultimately if people subscribe and they watch, you will end up becoming quite a popular YouTuber, which then in return you get offered ad revenue. It's something that I plan to do. Don't get me wrong, it's not my main focus. I always focus on the income generating tasks first, which actually you could do from the other 5 ways a lot quicker than YouTube. Depends how much time you spend on YouTube, I suppose, but it will be a way, certainly in the future, being consistent, putting out value, and I like to offer a lot of free value or information that I have that perhaps other people don't or could learn from. Ultimately, YouTube will end up rewarding you if you're consistent, you grow a good following, and you hit a certain amount of watch hours. To me, anyone could do YouTube. If you've got enough information, or you have perhaps something that other people don't, and you can share that for free value on a YouTube video and ultimately stick with it, and you can end up getting paid. Why would you not? So those are my 6 ways. I don't believe you need a lot of capital to start any of this, really. To me, it's just discipline, commitment, and a willing to actually go on and do it. I would say my personal favourite at the moment is, of course, my ebook. I really enjoy writing. I'm going to be putting out a second one, but then I certainly will be looking to achieve a revenue from YouTube. Come join me back at the table while we finalise. I hope behind me the information has been useful. Perhaps you're even going to consider some of these, but let's just have a quick summary at the desk and we're going to close off the video. Okay, it's summary time. So we've covered off the 6 ways behind me. I hope it's offered you value. Hopefully it's offered you an insight as well to perhaps ways that you can go on to start. I really believe that you won't need a lot of education for this, a lot of knowledge, a lot of capital. I barely started with anything, just an initiative to actually go on and do it. Find those niche products, especially on eBay, Gumtree, what's selling, what's not. And then ultimately, if you do well in it, you can then reap the rewards through an income, a side hustle. Build that side hustle alongside that full-time job. Really wise idea, and it's such a hot topic right now, is this side hustle. Guys, thanks for joining me. Until another video, please do hit that like button, drop me a subscribe, leave me a comment, and reach out to me on Instagram if you want. I'll help where I can. Until another video, thanks for joining me. Hopefully this has offered you some value, and I will speak to all of you soon.